Hi, my name is Drew Farrell. I'm the Senior Vice President of Symetra in the Retirement Division, and I'm joined by Dave Kansas. We're fortunate to have Dave as a consulting partner to talk about all things financial services, the sector, behavioral finance, marketplace. Dave is a gifted journalist who has a long career in both being an editor with the Wall Street Journal, TheStreet.com, and he's actually been commissioned by Dow Jones to write a number of different books on financial literacy. Welcome, Dave. I look forward to our discussion.
You bet.
Let's talk a little bit and take time. What are some of the underreported or underrepresented risks that you see in the marketplace today?
Well, I would say there are two that I think about quite a bit. One is the federal debt of the United States. It's pretty large. Some market participants believe one reason that longer-term debt yields remain slightly elevated, more than people would expect, is because of questions about how the U.S. is going to handle their large debt. And this, just it's important to make the distinction. Debt is the accumulated
Mm-hmm.
debt over time. Deficit is just kind of how much is being borrowed each year. So that's, I think people don't really know quite how to write about that or how to explore it because it's so gigantic and it's hard to know what the solutions are. And no politician has said, "Oh my gosh, we better get right on that." So across the spectrum, everybody's kind of pretending it's not really anything to worry about. Um, so that's one thing that sits out there that could create some problems, and it's coupled with a lot of the countries in Western Europe, like France, the United Kingdom, Italy, even Germany a little bit, are also facing these debt problems, and so you could have um, some kind of market contagion related to sovereign debt, government debt. I think that's not being explored enough. It would be unusual, but contagions by definition are always unusual. But that's one thing. The second thing
Yeah.
is we've kind of grown accustomed to the conflict that occurs around the world. Going back most of our lifetimes. Investments were not particularly challenged by regional wars or um, occupations of countries like the U.S. did in Afghanistan and in Iraq. Um, so not to the Russia-Ukraine war seems to be kind of not finding a way to end itself, and there's even some speculation that Russia wants to expand beyond that theater, which would create a great deal of concern. Or if China decides to invade Taiwan, for instance, something that's talked about a lot in Washington and a lot in Taipei, those kinds of things could really create a different kind of um, external challenge to investors that most people have just not really had to deal with in their lifetimes. And I think we all hope and pray that those kinds of things don't happen. But
Right.
I would say they are more probabilistic than they have been for quite some time.
Okay. Dave, thanks for the conversation. We appreciate your partnership and you and your contributions.